Happy picnic weekend, everybody. In true Alice Springs fashion, there's no kids' church today because a lot of us will have gone out camping. But today at church, we're talking about a story from the book of Mark. The story comes from Mark chapter 3. And you might think, because we're only in the 3rd chapter, that we're only just at the beginning. But guess again. By this point, Jesus has already whirled through Galilee. He was baptized at the Jordan, he starts preaching about God's kingdom, then he gathers his disciples, teaches in the synagogues, casts out demons and heals people. And that's only by chapter 3. And now, after doing all of this, Jesus comes home. Considering Jesus had already been hard at work, it's no surprise that a crowd gathered when he got there. There were so many people packed in together that no one could even pull out a snack to eat. Surprise! The Jewish leaders were not pleased with the way Jesus was changing how people thought about God. So even though many people came to learn from his teachings, lots of other people came to stop him. And this is where we get to a really sad part of the story. Some of Jesus' own family were some of those people who came to stop him. They planned to take him away and told everyone not to listen to him because he was crazy. I imagine that would have been really hurtful. After all, our families are the ones we think we can count on to back us. Anyway, hearing his family say that, the Jewish teachers jumped on board and said that Jesus must have a demon inside him. Now remember, Jesus had been casting out demons, so he said, hang on, why would a demon cast out other demons? If the devil did that to his own team, he'd lose the war for himself. But no one can enter a strong man's house to steal his things without first tying up the strong man. Then indeed his house can be robbed. I want you to know people can be forgiven for all the sinful things they do. They can even be forgiven for the bad things they say against God. But anyone who speaks against the Holy Spirit won't be forgiven for that sin. Then his mum, Mary, and his brothers came and asked Jesus to come outside to meet them. So Jesus said, "Who are my brothers and sisters?" Now he hadn't forgotten who the people he grew up with were. But he looked around at the people who'd come to listen to him teach and said, "Here are my mother and brothers. Whoever does the will of my Father in heaven is my mother and brother and sister." Following Jesus can be hard sometimes. The Bible tells us that being faithful to Jesus will upset a lot of people, and that many people who we want to like us won't. Sometimes even the people who should support us, like our family, won't be happy with the fact that we love Jesus. But the really exciting thing we learn in this passage is even when the people we want to like us don't, we have a whole family in God's kingdom. The people around us who love and serve God, they are our mum and dads and brothers and sisters and uncles and aunties and cousins, a great big family of people who love Jesus and we're going to spend forever with them in heaven one day. So even when you're feeling alone, even if people tell you they'd like you better if you stop talking about Jesus, you can know that you have a family and we all love you, just like God does.